the window's too bright, and then all of a sudden, oh, my ear has like a scratch at the back, or oh, there's a hair that's just like, like, I don't know if it's because, like, when I start filming, obviously, I'm automatically more aware of myself, and like the stuff that's going on with myself, but it's just like, my awareness gets heightened. I guess that's a good word for it. So, before we begin anything, I know that you all are going to be seeing this on Tuesday, which I need to be mindful of, but because things are starting to bloom, I'm noticing that, like, all of my plants are starting to get a lot more beautiful, a lot more green. And I also know that there was a little bit of chatter here and there about the page, the Eclectic ASMR page, me, starting an Instagram. So, I don't have anything set up yet, but just before we start with Trigger Word Tuesday, I thought we could do that together. So, got my phone, put everything on Do Not Disturb, but ECLECTIC Eclectic ASMR. Oh, I can't use an apostrophe. I'll just use SGARDEN. Let's see. Can I use it? Yay! So username is going to be Eclectic ASMR's Garden. And then share logins to your accounts. Center. Yes, I guess. Allow the following. Then create a password. I can do that. Add phone number. That's not a bad idea. Next. Complete sign up. Now, if this is everything, it says welcome to Eclectic ASMR's Garden. That's so cute. I really like that. But basically, this Instagram account will, of course, be for, like, people to look at. I will be posting somewhat infrequently. I'm not going to make any guarantees because I don't, like, I've managed one social media account. I've never been able to consistently commit to Instagram, ever, even though I've wanted to. Access to your contacts. No, I do not want that. Go to settings. Contacts. None. Okay, good. There we go. Photos, limited access. Be smart about your data security, by the way. That's just one thing. I understand that signing up for an Instagram account automatically opens you up to every vulnerability on the planet, but as much as I can, I do. Never allowing access to my location, never allowing access to my contacts. There we go. Okay, so skip that. Get Facebook suggestions. Absolutely not. I will never use Facebook. Skip. Add a profile photo. Yay. Choose from library. For right now, it's going to be this little Leatrice, but I'll take a photo of one of my actual plants. Done. No, I don't want to share it as a post. yes, so this is the, I guess, official launch of Eclectic ASMR's Garden, our channel's Instagram account. That's kind of cool. But like I said, it will be photos of plants. It will be photos of plants, honestly, very honestly. I don't know if there's going to be much interesting on there. Some of them will just be my thoughts, I'm sure, but just since I had a couple people asking, it was like, hey, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? So, if you would like to, go for it. Go out there and follow it. But if you would not like to, I am not going to force you. I am a very, 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 very infrequent social media user, other than, of course, YouTube. But there's something about it that I just don't find scratches the itch in my brain, which I know it's weird, like it was literally designed for that. But anyway, we're gonna do some Trigger Word Tuesday now. Ugh, my hair is just not agreeing with me today. Like, look at that. Anyway, so this Trigger Word Tuesday, I was going to do the Pokemon thing, and then I forgot. So the Pokemon thing is going to be the next one, I promise. But this one is just a regular old Trigger Word Tuesday, and like we've been doing in the past, half of the list is this week, the other half of the list is next week. I will make sure to include them if you suggested them. If we get some more new suggestions, that is perfectly okay. I will put them in next week. But other than that, let's get started. Because, new suggesters this week. We have Audrey Heidi, and then I feel like was there one more? No, there actually wasn't. The only person, I can't remember Carrie Field, who's one of my channel members. I cannot remember if you suggested at any point before. I tried to look back through my last few lists and I couldn't find your name, but also was I looking very hard? Likely not. I skip over things a lot because I write these so like tightly together. But I've gotten just one like for sure new suggester this week. No, Carrie Field, you've suggested something before. I'm like 80% sure. But anyway, the first two words on the list actually come from Audrey Heidi. The first one is the word sugar. Sugar, 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 just starting, but I'm not actually sure what official tulip season really is. Is it still May, or is it more like April-ish? Tulip, 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 tulip. Tulips coming up from the ground. Tulips, 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 tulip, 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 tulip. Okay. Next up are two suggestions from Starlin. Starlin. The first one is lilt. Lilt. L-I-L-T. Lilt. Like somebody who has a lilting voice. There's a little bit of a lilt to someone's voice. It's sort of like I've always thought of it as like a song-like quality to somebody's voice if they have a little bit of a lilt to their voice. A lilt. A lilt. A lilt. A lilt. It is kind of hard to whisper and enunciate it. Lilt. Although this is very close to being the perfect trigger word, I would say. Like lilt. It's slight. It's small. It's L and T. other suggestion for this video. Wind Waker. 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 Wind Waker has kind of a nice flow to it for like trigger words and things like that. I really quite like it. I really quite like it. Wind Waker. Wind Waker. Wind Waker. Wind Waker. Wind Waker. 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 Wind 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 isn't too bad as a trigger word either. It's kind of interesting. Windy. Wind Waker. 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 Wind Waker, which is actually a very, 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 very good Zelda game. I think that it's very cute. I think I like that part about it the most. It's cute, but it's not afraid to be scary. If you know what I mean. Like, scary. Not that any Zelda games are legitimately like horror games or anything like that, but I think that it's like, it can be a little creepy sometimes. I think Zelda does a good job of being creepy without being like terrifying. And Wind Waker is a good example of being cute, but also being a little bit scary. It's very nice. Good mix. So the next suggestion comes from Fast and Furbious. And this one, apparently, here's the comment, I've got it pulled up. Apparently, the first ASMR meme that Fast and Furbious ever learned about is the phrase, "I think the case makes good sounds," by Raffy Taffy ASMR. I have never heard of Raffy Taffy ASMR before, but I'm always happy to see a new, like, suggestion. Actually, can I look it up? I think the case makes good sounds. RAFFYTAFFY. I think the case makes good sounds. I think the case makes good sounds. Oh, I've seen this dude's face before. Raffy Taffy ASMR. I think the case makes good sounds. 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 Sorry, I clicked on his channel page and then the pinned video, whatever, started playing. I will say I am not the biggest fan of male ASMR artists. I know I say that as a male ASMR artist, but I think that's just kind of interesting. But I will give Raffy Taffy a shot. I think the case makes good sounds. 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 I think the case course. I can just smell all the time. Angelic, angelic, angelic. Maybe I'll put some hand cream on. I have to be in the mood to want to smell myself. Like perfume-wise, if you know what I mean. Like I never want to like smell myself. Do you know what I mean? This is weird. Angelic, angelic, angelic. I hope you all know what I mean. Angelic, 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 angelic. All right, we have two suggestions from 44SOF. The first one is lotus, 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 lotus. Every time I see the word lotus, I very honestly think of Georges saying hellotus. I don't know if that's what she's saying, but to me it sounds like it. So I always think of lotus, but like with hello, obviously, at the front. Hello. Or I mean, lotus, 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 lotus. Now, I should have said this at the beginning, but you all need to clock in, just like Barbie Hannibal does, to the Eclectic ASMR Factory. I always find that cute when you mention that, if you're still watching Barbie Hannibal. But 44SOF also suggested the word clock. Clock, 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 like the arms of a clock. Clock, clock, clock. I guess it would be. See, the thing is, I don't know what flips, so it could be this way. Clock, 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 clock as I stretch. Clock, clock, clock. Or it could be this way. Clock, 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 clock. I don't know, because everything's flipped, but sometimes it isn't. I don't know, I really should just pay attention. Clock, that would solve a lot of stuff. Clock, 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 clock. You can imagine how focused I was in school. If it wasn't social studies or like I was reading the rest of your words and I was like, this sounds like this is an ad read. No, I'm joking. Like I don't care, obviously, but it's just funny. Like, it's probably just me putting it together in my head, but you were saying picturesque, but then your other suggestion was oblivion. And oblivion would be marketed as having picturesque visuals. So, Bethesda, there is your free marketing if you want to come over and pay me $500. Get over here and do it. Please. Oblivion is, of course, Emma likes pomegranate's other word suggestion for this video. Oblivion. Oblivion, which I have actually never played all the way through. I've gotten to, I forget what I got to on my old copy, but it was about halfway through, I think, before I kind of just stopped because I was younger and it wasn't like Skyrim, and I was obsessed with Skyrim when I was a kid, so like it was just sort of like, well, it's good, I just wish the mechanics were more like Skyrim, which I guess somebody has granted my wish, but like 11 to 12 years later. Oblivion. Also, like, the fact that it has taken almost 15 years for a new Elder Scrolls game. I'm seeing red. I just want Elder Scrolls 6. Starfield was fine. Fallout 4, I really liked. Where's Fallout 5? Where's Fallout New Vegas? The sequel, because Obsidian, they seem to be the only people who know how to make like large-scale RPGs these days. I didn't say that. Obsidian just does a way better job at everything they try. Oblivion, we'll just put that to rest. Oblivion. this year. I might not. If I find a good color mix of them, I think I might, but I just thought, as soon as you suggested, I was like, somebody's thinking about gardening. Hopefully we're on the right wavelength. If we're not, let's just say we are. Sweet pea, sweet pea, sweet pea. It sounds like I'm calling you sweet pea now. Sweet pea, sweet pea, sweet pea, sweet pea, sweet pea, sweet, 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 sweet pea, 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 sweet pea. Alright, next up we have a suggestion. 2 suggestions, in fact, from Ippy Cake. First one is skink. S-K-I-N-K. Skink, skink, skink. You're out here trying to get me caught by the YouTube content filter. No, I'm joking. I don't think skank is like inappropriate in terms of YouTube. If it is, then it's way too far in the video and I've only said it once. I just thought it was funny, like skink, 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 skink. I really gotta go ink. Skink. Skink, skink, skink. Very good suggestion though. I quite like it. Skink, 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 bleh. Skink, there, skink, 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 skink. This is the little 10 seconds of self-care, sip of water and moisturizing my hands. Skink, 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 Is it la? Here's another question that I have, Frenchies. If you're francophone, is it la professeur or le professeur? And then, by extension, does it change if I'm saying elle est la professeur? Like, do I say like elle? That's the feminine pronoun with la, or does it just stay with whatever it is? Like if it was le, would I still say elle est le professeur? I don't know. This is why I ask all of you. Also, I love the fact that I learned this like a couple months ago. Gender neutral pronouns in French are like yel, I-E-L, that kind of thing. I thought that was pretty nice. What was I saying? Nurcilla, 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 nurcilla. Got just like a muscle pain, like that kind of went up this way through my wrist. What was I doing today? Can't even remember. Anyway, next suggestion is from Yo-Yo Master 69. First one is, or well, only one in this video at least, is absinthe, 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 which I am surprised we've never seen because it's such a sort of a unique word, but is like surprisingly like a middle of the road trigger word, at least for me. Like absinthe, absinthe. What really makes it is like the breathiness that I think comes with it. Absinthe, absinthe, absinthe. Like it's very not like a acoustic like that, but it's ab. It's much more vocalized ab. I think just because of the nature, like the lips have to close for the B. Synth, absinthe, synth. You know what? Actually, I do quite like it. The little THE at the end really is like you can make it a little bit of it. You can make it more punchy, like absinthe, 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 rather than just absinthe. When you're doing ASMR and you have a TH, you never want to go. You never want to add too much breath. You just want to go almost like you're saying a D or something like that. Absinthe, 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 if you know what I mean. A little ASMR lesson for everybody. Absinthe, 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 absinthe. Hi, my name is Ryan, and welcome to my masterclass. And then up here is like a graphic, how to say different phonemes to make them ASMR triggers. Absinthe, 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 this isn't out of anything. Like, I don't have anything against you. I'm going to be putting your suggestions at the end of the list for both of the weeks, just because, like, I want to say all of your words, and we've gotten a couple more trigger words that have trickled in even as I've been filming, so I might not get to all of them, just depending on how much filming time I have. So if you're wondering why you're at the back of the list both weeks, I'm sorry. You're still a wonderful, beautiful soul. I thought that it would be, like, good to see